Oleksandr Usyk versus Tyson Fury 2. Welcome back, fight fans. In today's video, we're diving deep into the round-by-round scoring analysis of the highly anticipated fight, Usyk versus Fury 2. If you watched the Usyk versus Fury 2 full fight, or just some Fury versus Usyk 2 highlights even, and saw the unanimous decision this time in Usyk's favor, but are still wondering who won Usyk versus Fury 2, who really won Fury versus Usyk 2, you've come to the right place. Thanks again to Turki Al-Alshi for providing footage of these fights so quickly after they happen. He makes this detailed analysis possible. So let's dive in, take a look at clean punching, effective aggression, ring generalship, and defense to determine round by round who really won Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk 2. Round 1. Clean punching. Usyk landed a jab to the head at 2:51 on the clock, a jab to the body at 2:33, a jab to the body at 2:24, a jab to the chest at 2:07, a straight left to the chest at 1:45, a counter jab to the body at 1:38, a straight left and jab to the chest at 1:31, a left cross to the head at 1:15. And if you watch this fight, you notice Fury's trunks are absurdly high, which is why Usyk is often hitting him in, quote, the chest instead of, quote, the body. Fury had a right counter hook to the body at 2:50 on the clock, a jab to the head at 1:51, and a jab to the body at 39 seconds. Those were his only clean punches. That being said, for round 1, clean punching goes 10-9 in favor of Oleksandr Usyk. Effective aggression. Usyk showed aggression in the first 10 seconds and then landed one jab, but Fury stood his ground and strongly stifled the remaining attack. Usyk wasn't aggressive again until about 1:17 on the clock, although he was more successful this time. Usyk again came forward around 20 seconds with a 2-punch combo attempt, but was ineffective. Fury was a little aggressive with a right hook at 50 seconds on the clock, but isn't using aggression as a tool unless he retaliates after Usyk's aggression to show they are equal. He isn't retreating though, he's standing his ground and waiting patiently for the right openings to punch. Both men somewhat aggressive around 43 seconds, but neither was particularly effective. That being said, in terms of being aggressive, 9-8 in favor of Oleksandr Usyk. In terms of effectiveness, also 9-8 in favor of Oleksandr Usyk. Ring generalship. Usyk initiated action and an aggressive tone early by getting inside Fury's pawing jab with his own strong jab, but then he was relegated to searching all the angles to get back in again for at least a minute and a half. Fury, on the other hand, is keeping Usyk at the end of his pawing jab, so it's a far distance to travel for Usyk to punch. Fury's making it difficult for Usyk to get inside by standing in front of him with a good guard, pawing jab, and quick subtle steps to cut off Usyk's angled entry. Fury's not retreating and responded with forceful forward movement when Usyk was rarely effective, and Fury mostly wanted no action, and he enforced that. That being said, controlling action 10-9 in favor of Tyson Fury, and controlling tone also 10-9 in favor of Tyson Fury in round 1. Let's talk defense. Oleksandr Usyk's guard is not consistently high and very wide. 2 little bobs to each side at 2:31 on the clock, a weaving duck at 2:10, a duck at 1:29. His blocking is inconsistent. When Fury decides to throw a punch intended to land, it is landing pretty effectively. A good block by Usyk at 1:20, a couple blocks at 58 seconds on the clock, a bob to the left at 28 seconds, and a mutual clinch at 17 seconds on the clock. Fury had a bob to the right during the initial flurry from Usyk. Subtle but effective footwork to stay out of range. He was hit with some light punches, but Usyk had to work hard to find them. Fury's holding out that jab arm to parry for most of the round. He parried and continued his arm movement to Usyk's face at 1:51. The right hand was up to guard his face consistently while the jab was working. He caught a couple of Usyk light jabs in his glove around 31 seconds, and again, that mutual clinch at 17 seconds rounds out the defense for both men. And so scoring the different defensive approaches for both fighters, for Usyk, I gave him 8 points for the high guard, 9 for ducking, 9 for bobbing and weaving, no points for parrying, 9 for blocking, 8 for footwork, and 9 for the clinch. For Tyson Fury, 9 points for the high guard, no points for ducking, 8 for bobbing and weaving, 10 for parrying and blocking, 10 for his excellent footwork, and 9 for that mutual clinch. And therefore, overall, Tyson Fury had a more well-rounded defensive outing in this round. Taking all 4 categories into consideration, 8.986 points for Usyk, 8.900 for Fury, and normalizing that to the 10-point must system, 10-9 in favor of Oleksandr Usyk for round 1. Round 2. Clean punching. Usyk had a straight left to the head at 2:55, a jab to the chest at 2:47 and again at 2:27, a straight left to the body at 2:13, a straight left to the chest at 1:57, and then a right to the chest at 1:57, a left to the chest at 1:52, jabs to the body at 1:47, 1:34, 1:30, 1:10, 1:03, and 40 seconds on the clock, then 2 straight lefts to the body, one at 30 seconds on the clock, and one at 12 seconds remaining. Fury had a light left hook to the head at 2:14, a light left hook to the head again at 1:59, a jab to the head at 50 seconds, a flicking jab to the body at 48 seconds, a right hand to the chest at 14 seconds. He seems committed to things other than punching for at least the first 2 minutes of this round. And that being said, in round 2, Usyk outpunches Fury by quite a large margin, 10 points to 8 for clean punching in Usyk's favor. Effective aggression! Usyk comes immediately after Fury again to begin the round. It is effective because Fury must react. The aggression was ineffective for both men between 2:30 and 2 minutes on the clock, and then Usyk was aggressive in spots between 2 minutes and 1:30 on the clock, and more effective than Fury. Fury had spots of aggression around 2:35, forcing Usyk to react. He was ineffective at 2:30. He had effective aggression around 1:59 on the clock, a short burst of effective aggression at 1:20, but equaled by Usyk's response, another short burst at 47 seconds, and then seems to consciously stop to conserve energy. He had another burst at 37 seconds, which seemed to wake up Usyk, but Fury gets the better of this aggression trade-off. Fury's aggression was more effective for the last 20 seconds of the round as well. And that being said, the degree of aggressiveness, I'm giving 9 points to each fighter, and then in terms of how effective they were, Tyson Fury was more effective, 10-9 in his favor. Ring generalship! Usyk was initiating the action and putting Fury in a defensive tone for the first 2 minutes or so, but Fury was handling it with defensive craft. So who is controlling the action and tone? The initiator or the fighter seemingly prepared to counter it? Well, Usyk landed a good number of clean punches, so I edged to him for the first 2 minutes, but then Fury controlled the action and tone for the last minute, with Usyk looking less prepared to deal with it, so I'll have to edge it to Fury. And therefore, for ring generalship, I'm giving action and tone to Fury, 10-9. Let's talk defense. Usyk had a duck at 2:42, a lot of bobbing and weaving in the first 30 seconds, then in and out footwork. His guard is inconsistently high and still wide, but his blocking is solid when the punches arrive. He has more bobbing, ducking, and evasive sliding between 1:40 and 1 minute on the clock. At 54 seconds, he's now using up and down feinting to add to his in and out, and at 32 seconds, he had a left glove block while bobbing. In terms of Fury's defense, he's mostly using the stiff arm parry technique. He's moving straight back out of range when needed. His guard is at chest level, ironically at the height of what would be a high guard for Usyk's height. A block at 1:12 on the clock. He's rubbing in his nose and head a lot with his power hand between moves. Otherwise, he might have been ready to block a couple more punches. No ducking, bobbing, and weaving or clinching that I could see. And so in terms of scoring defense for the high guard, I gave Usyk 9 points, 10 points for ducking, bobbing, and weaving, blocking, and footwork, 0 points for parrying and clinching. For Fury, he got 8 points for the high guard, 0 points for ducking, bobbing, and weaving, and clinching. He got 10 points for parrying and footwork, and 9 points for blocking. Therefore, in aggregate, Usyk had the better defensive round. Taking the 4 scoring categories in aggregate, Usyk gets 8.900 points, Fury gets 8.324 points, and if we normalize that to the 10-point must system, 10-9 for round 2 in favor of Oleksandr Usyk. So since we've gone through multiple rounds now, let's take a minute to take a look at the running score for both me and the 3 judges at ringside. So my running score after 2 rounds, 20-18 in favor of Oleksandr Usyk. Judge at ringside, Ignacio Robles, has it 19-19 even after giving this round to Fury. Judge Patrick Morley has it 19-19 even after giving this round to Usyk. And Judge Gerardo Martinez has it also 19-19 after giving this round to Usyk. Round 3. Clean punching. Usyk had a straight, well, actually angled up to reach Tyson's head at 2:37, a straight hook to the body at 2:36, a straight left to the chest at 2:01, a straight right to the chest at 1:56, a straight left to the chest at 35 seconds and again at 32 seconds, a left hook to the body at 16 seconds, a straight left to the body at 13 seconds left in the round, a straight left to the chest near the end of the round within the last 10 seconds. Fury, on the other hand, had a jab to the head at 2:53, another jab to the head at 2:03, another one at 1:15 on the clock, a jab to the body at 29 seconds. His precision is pretty bad, though. He's missing a lot. Do all heavyweights miss this much? I'd have to do some analysis on some other fights to find out. That'll be interesting. Then he has a left hook to the head at 14 seconds left in the round. That being said, clean punching, 10-9 in favor of Oleksandr Usyk. Effective aggression. Usyk had a short burst of aggression starting at 2:50, but Fury retaliated. There was effective aggression again at 2:34, getting Fury back to the ropes, but then Fury moved aggressively forward while Usyk complained about a rabbit punch. More aggression at 1:56 and 1:36, all was handled by Fury rather than affecting it. Usyk's aggression was effective in the last 10 seconds or so, but credit to him for still having stamina and skill to land after working this hard to find openings. Fury was more effectively aggressive in the first minute. His stalking and punching shut off Usyk's offense between about 2:33 and 2:05. He had off and on aggression in the second minute, but it was more effective than Usyk's aggression. In the last minute, Fury was moving and sliding to make it difficult for Usyk to cause effect with his aggression until the last 10 seconds or so. That being said, aggression, 10 points for each man. Effectiveness, 10-9 in Fury's favor. Ring generalship. Usyk landed more because he threw more, but the tone could be summarized as Usyk initiating attacks, being neutralized by Fury's movement and other defensive techniques, re-energizing himself for a few seconds, trying again from a different angle, being neutralized again, and then landing a clean, non-damaging punch here and there. He's persistent and ever-evolving during the round, but didn't effectively control action or tone. Fury controlled the action and tone for the majority of this round. He maintained the pace he wanted and repeatedly stifled Usyk's attempts to quicken that pace. Scoring for ring generalship, 10-9 for action and 10-9 for tone in Fury's favor. Let's talk defense. Usyk comes out with a high guard, but it widens after 10 seconds. He puts it up when needed and anticipating a punch. His backward circling to his right for 8 seconds after seemingly light rabbit punch in the clinch. He had a high guard up again at 152, bob to the right at 149 after using exclusively foot movement until now, bob to the left at 146, then a couple more to follow it, a block at 110, more bobbing, and reintroduction of the high guard starting at 48 seconds. In and out footwork didn't work for him though, so Fury stopped a lot of progress before it started in this round. Fury again had a consistent right hand high guard while the jab hand is doing a lot of the parrying. Solid wide stance making him look comfortable and seamless front foot to back foot moving. I'm starting to notice now that Fury smoothly weaves instead of abruptly bobbing, at least so far in this fight, and he's generally choosing the lower energy moves, whereas Usyk's putting forth a lot of energy. You can see this from 159 to 152 on the clock, a block at 136, a bob to the right at 133, made Usyk miss, a clinch at 130, a right hand block at 121, a duck at 114, and a block at 45 seconds. So in scoring defense for Usyk, I give him 9 points for the high guard, 0 for ducking, 10 for bobbing and weaving, 0 for parrying, 9 for blocking, 9 for footwork, 0 for clinching. For Tyson Fury, 9 points for the high guard, 0 for ducking, 10 for bobbing and weaving, 10 for parrying, 9 for blocking, 10 for footwork, and 9 for clinching. So Tyson Fury had the overall better defensive round this round. When we aggregate together all 4 scoring categories, 8.690 points for Usyk, 9.329 points for Tyson Fury, normalizing that to the 10-point must system, 10-9 in favor of Tyson Fury for round 3. Having another look at the running score, my running score now 29-28 in favor of Oleksandr Usyk. Judge at ringside Robles has it also 29-28 after giving that round to Usyk. Judge at ringside Morley has it 28-29 in Tyson Fury's favor after giving Tyson Fury that round, and judge at ringside Martinez has it 29-28 in Usyk's favor after giving Usyk round 3. Round 4. Usyk with a straight right to the chest at 252, a straight left to the chest at 216, a right hook to the body at 212, a jab to the body at 129, a left to the chest at 54 seconds, and a left to the chest at 18 seconds on the clock. Fury had a little tap jab to the shoulder at 254, I'm not sure if that counts, a right uppercut to the body at 249, a jab to the chest at 249, a counter jab to the head at 238, a jab to the head at 54 seconds, a right hook to the body at 46 seconds, a left hook to the head at 36 seconds, a right uppercut to the head at 36 seconds, and a jab to the shoulder at 12 seconds. Clean punching for this round, 10-9 in favor of Tyson Fury. Effective aggression. A few good back and forths in the first minute with both fighters being equally effectively aggressive. Then Usyk was the more aggressive fighter in the next 40 seconds and was effective. But then Fury responded with effective aggression in the last 20 seconds of the second minute and carried this more effective aggression all the way through to the end of the round. Effective aggression seems to be one of the categories best appreciated in normal playback speed as opposed to clean punching and defense, which I can only really see correctly at half speed. Aggressiveness and effectiveness, 10-9 in favor of Tyson Fury for round 4. Ring generalship. Usyk set an aggressive tone but had some of his punches nullified by Fury. The round was very close in action and tone setting, at least halfway through with both fighters exchanging their agendas. But then Fury controlled the action and tone of the second half of the round more one-sidedly than Usyk controlled any portion of the round. Ring generalship controlling both action and tone, 10-9 in favor of Tyson Fury. Let's talk defense. Usyk had a duck at 237 on the clock, the same inconsistent high guard with wide arms, a block at 231, in and out foot movement is still very good, a bob at 219 to avoid punches, bobbing to both sides at 204 to 202 on the clock, a bob to the left at 138, a block at 122, a block at 119 and 116, 3 bobs to both sides between 109 and 102 on the clock, a duck at 53 seconds, lots of defense going on here, blocks at 50 seconds, a bob backward at a range at 42 seconds, blocks at 35 and 19 seconds, a bob away from a punch at 11 seconds, and it looked like he initiated the clinch at 34 seconds. Fury, on the other hand, had ducks at 215 and 212 on the clock, a block and a weave at 241, a parry at 215, keeping that lead parry hand out with a consistent power hand high guard. He circled out of danger at 210, he stepped away and is weaving to avoid punches at 152, a parry at 143 on the clock, a block at 139, blocked a hook with that high guard power hand at 129, more parrying between then 1 minute and 50 seconds on the clock, a bob back away from a punch at 43 seconds, a duck at 42 seconds, then clinches at 42 seconds, and parries at 17 and 14 seconds on the clock. Scoring defense for the high guard, I give Usyk 8 points, 9 points for ducking, 10 for bobbing and weaving, 8 for parrying, 10 for blocking and footwork, and 9 points for initiating that clinch. Tyson Fury, on the other hand, gets 10 points for the high guard, 9 for ducking, 10 for bobbing and weaving, 10 for parrying, and 9 points for blocking, footwork, and clinching. Overall, a slight edge to Tyson Fury in terms of the slightly more well-rounded defensive outing in round 4. Taking all 4 scoring categories in aggregate, 9.162 points for Oleksandr Usyk, 9.886 points for Tyson Fury, normalizing that to the 10-point must system, 10-9 in favor of Tyson Fury for round 4. And as we look at the running scoring of me versus the judges at ringside, my running score is now even, 38 points for each man. Judge Robles at ringside has it also 38-38. Judge Morley at ringside has it 37-39 in favor of Fury, and Judge Martinez has it 38-38, a draw so far. Round 5. Clean punching. Usyk tried to retaliate with a rabbit punch in the first 15 seconds, but he's outmanned in this dirty tactic and needs to complain instead. A left to the body at 231, a right hook to the body at 229, a jab to the head at 223, a jab to the head at 213, 2 left hooks to the body at 131, a left hook to the body at 34 seconds, a jab to the head at 33 seconds, a left to the head and right uppercut to the head at 18 seconds remaining. Fury, on the other hand, had multiple rabbit and kidney punches in the clinch at the first 15 seconds of the round, a hook to the body at 247, a jab to the head at 232 and again at 224, a left uppercut to the head at 206, a right cross to the head at 208, right uppercut to the body snuck in after the feint at 108 before Usyk could block it, a straight right to the head at 48 seconds, a right hook to the body at 23 seconds, a left hook to the body, then a jab to the head near the end of the round. Clean punches, I gave 10 points to both men in this round. Effective aggression. Usyk came out aggressive, trying to get inside and land in the first 20 seconds. He was effectively aggressive for more of the first minute. Fury was aggressively mauling in the first 20 seconds. He was effectively aggressive for more of the second minute and the third minute. Not everything landed, but his forward advancement and punches had an effect. They made Usyk block, move, or even moved his body for him. So for round 5, both aggressiveness and effectiveness in that aggression, 10-9 in favor of Tyson Fury. Ring generalship. Action and tone control in the first minute was all Fury. Usyk tried a couple times to initiate action, but Fury stifled it and mauled him and then initiated his own action. This continued through the second minute, including backing up Usyk and forcing him to circle away instead of punching. Usyk didn't initiate action until Fury stopped his. More of the same in the third minute. Usyk initiated action, but it was short-lived. Let's talk defense. Usyk with in-and-out foot movement after the rough stuff ended. Same high guard as needed with otherwise wide arms. A bob to the right at 213, a bob to the right at 156, 2 ducks at 153, a bob to the right at 143, then circling to the right at a weave at 137 on the clock. Bob to the right away from punches at 115, another one at 104, bobbing the same way every time now. I wonder if Fury will time it. A bob to the right again at 55, 27, and 24 on the clock. That one was to the left. A block at 23 seconds, a duck at 15 seconds, and a block at 11 seconds on the clock. As for Fury, he had a clinch at 255, another clinch at 248, a double-handed, pretty consistent high guard in the first minute, only releasing his arms to parry when needed, like at 205 on the clock, a block at 202, a parry at 2 minutes on the clock, followed by 2 or 3 hook blocks with the high guard. Parry at 131, 3 blocks between 130 and 128 on the clock, 2 more blocks at 1 minute and 59 seconds. He's now switching from full high guard to one-handed to resting his arms as the scenario demands. 3 more blocks around 28 seconds on the clock, 4 to 5 blocks at 17 seconds, 2 blocks and a bob toward the end of the round. Scoring defense in round 5 for Usyk, he gets 9 points for the high guard and the duck, 10 points for bobbing and weaving, 0 for parrying, 9 for blocking, 9 for footwork, and 0 for clinching. Fury, 9 points for the high guard, 0 for ducking, 9 for bobbing and weaving, 9 for parrying, 10 for blocking, 10 for footwork, and 9 for 1 clinch. Overall, a better defensive round for Fury than Usyk. And aggregating the 4 categories of scoring, 8.814 points for Usyk, 9.6 points for Fury, normalizing to a 10-point must system, a 10-9 round 5 for Tyson Fury. And if we compare the running score, once again, I now have it 47-48 in favor of Tyson Fury after 5 rounds. Judge at ringside Robles has it 47-48 in favor of Fury. Judge at ringside Morley has it 46-49 in favor of Fury. And judge at ringside Martinez has it 47-48 in favor of Fury. Round 6. Clean punching. A straight left to the body at 251 by Usyk, a left hook to the head at 251, a jab to the body at 156, a jab to the head at 145, jab to the body at 128 on the clock after more exaggerated jumping, light jab to the body at 110, straight left, right to the body at 54 seconds, a left hook to the head at 40 seconds, a hard straight left head to the head at 28 seconds, a left hook to the head at 13 seconds, and a straight left to the head near the end of the round. As for Fury, he had a left hook to the head at 158, a straight right to the head at 139, a jab to the head at 53 seconds, a straight right to the head at 43 seconds, a left uppercut to the body at 39 seconds, a jab to the head near the end of the round. So for clean punching in round 6, 10-8 in favor of Usyk. He landed many more punches. Effective aggression! Usyk's aggression comes in bursts. He was effectively aggressive at 250, but then didn't have another burst until around 215 on the clock. His next short burst was at 148. It's pretty even aggression, give and take, between 140 and 128 on the clock. Then Usyk took the lead and there were about 50 seconds left. And then Usyk had more effective aggression in the last 30 seconds as Fury seemed to gas. Fury weathered Usyk's first aggressive burst well, but then was smoothly and consistently aggressive until Usyk's short burst at 215, and then after that until Usyk's next burst at 148. Fury has a lower energy approach than Usyk, although still effective. He just seems slightly outworked in aggression at the end of the round. For round 6, aggression 10-9 in favor of Usyk. Effectiveness, both men get 10 points. Ring generalship. Both fighters controlled action and tone at different times throughout the round. Usyk initiated bursts of action, usually with success, although Fury stifled a few of them. Usyk's action just outlasted Fury's action toward the end of the round, and he added more punches to his combos as the round progressed to increase the probability of landing. Fury implemented a tone of smooth action, putting forth offense that controlled a lot of the action, even though he didn't land many punches. He also set a tone of solid defense that would make Usyk's bursts harder to land. Ring generalship. Both control of action and tone, 10-9 in favor of Usyk. Let's talk defense. For Usyk, a block at 249, another one at 247 on the clock, a bob to the right at 243, parry at 242, lots of defense here. A block at 238, another one at 234, a duck at 229, a block at 225, a bob and block simultaneously at 218 on the clock, bobbing left and right at 208, a bob left to avoid punching at 159, bobbing at 118 after the reemergence of the bunny hop of doom. I don't know what this is. Usyk's doing this up and down hopping thing that's strange. A block at 103 on the clock, a duck at 101, blocks at 59 and 56 seconds, and an awkward duck at 48 seconds, and then a bob at 45 seconds. As for Fury, he had a parry at 251 on the clock, another one at 239, bob to the left at 236, bob backwards away from punches at 231, blocking at 221, a parry at 215 on the clock, two blocks at 214, foot movement to evade a punch at 212, a block at 150, a parry at 136, another one at 130, block and parry simultaneously at 112 on the clock for Fury, a lot of good blocking at 107, parry at 55 seconds, a block at 41 seconds, and a clinch at 39 seconds. That being said, for defensive scoring, I give 9 points for the high guard to Usyk, 10 points for ducking, 10 for bobbing and weaving, 8 for parrying, 10 for blocking, 10 for footwork, and no points for clinching. For Fury, 9 points for the high guard, 8 points for ducking, 10 points for bobbing and weaving, parrying, blocking, and footwork, and he gets 9 points for that clinch initiation. All in all, a more solid defensive round for Fury in round 6. That being said, taking the 4 scoring categories together, 9.629 points for Usyk in round 6, 8.919 points for Fury, normalizing that into a 10-point must system, 10-9 in round 6 in favor of Oleksandr Usyk. And if we take a look at the running score, I now have it even, 57-57. Judge at ringside Robles also has it 57-57. Judge at ringside Patrick Morley has it 56-58 in favor of Tyson Fury, and Judge Gerardo Martinez has it even, 57-57 as I do. Round 7. Clean punching. Usyk had a left to the body at 255, a left hook right hook to the head combo at 250, a jab to the head at 217, left hook to the head at 216, jab to the body at 158 on the clock, and a left to the body at 32 seconds remaining. Fury, on the other hand, had a jab to the head at 239, a jab to the body at 204, straight right to the head at 128, and that one was much harder than all the flicking punches that preceded it. Some clinch punches near the end by both guys, and many punches missed by both fighters in this round. For clean punching, I edged it out 10-9 in favor of Oleksandr Usyk. Effective aggression. Usyk was substantially more effectively aggressive for much more of this round. His bursts of attack were more frequent. His reflexes to execute them in unpredictable ways were also on point. Fury, on the other hand, did have spots of aggression, but was spending much of the round fending off Usyk's attacks. And he did a great job of that for the most part. His aggression wasn't particularly effective either, though, as he threw a lot without conviction. Effective aggression, I gave both the aggressiveness and the effectiveness 10-9 in favor of Oleksandr Usyk. Ring generalship! Usyk initiated much more of the action and was not deterred from initiating more even when Fury handled it well defensively. The tone set was one of consistent action-packed attacks and responsible defense to prepare for the next attack. Usyk was less worried about the right openings in this round and just went in with punches. Fury initiated action sometimes, but far less frequently than Usyk. His tone was different too. Although he handled many of Usyk's attacks well defensively, he couldn't handle all of them, and he had a look of relief in his eyes instead of the look of confidence he had in the same scenarios during previous rounds. For ring generalship, I'm giving control of both action and tone 10-9 in favor of Oleksandr Usyk. Let's talk defense. Usyk had a bob at 2:43 on the clock, a block at 2:34, another one at 2:31, bob back away from punches at 2:25, a block at 2:22 and 2:09 on the clock, two ducks, one at 2:03 and one at 1:48 on the clock, a lot of ducking and weaving around 1:43, a block at 1:28, another one at 1:25, another one at 1:18, another one at 1:11. You get the point. He had another block at 1:06, a bob to the right at 59 seconds on the clock, a bob to the left at 56, block at 49 seconds, a block at 44, a bob to the left away from punches, a bob to the left and right away from punches at 1:59 on the clock, a block at 36, 26, 18, and at the end of the round. So lots of defense by Oleksandr Usyk in round 7. Fury, on the other hand, had a duck at 2:55 on the clock, a parry at 2:50, block at 2:50 as well, a duck at 2:38, parry at 2:35, bob to the left away from punches at 2:17, weaving to the right at 1:51, a block at 1:22 on the clock, stepping just outside of range at 1:16, a block at 1:14, a bob to the right at 48 seconds, clinch near the end of the round, bobbing back away from action at 35 seconds on the clock, and weaving toward the end of the round. That said, for defense, I gave 9 points for the high guard to Usyk, 10 points for ducking, 9 for bobbing and weaving, 8 for parrying, 10 for blocking, 10 for footwork, 10 for footwork, and no points for clinching. For Fury, he got 8 points for the high guard, 9 for ducking, 9 for bobbing and weaving, 9 for parrying, 9 for blocking, 9 for footwork, and 8 for the one clinch. Taking all 4 categories together, it's 9.6 points for Oleksandr Usyk and 8.943 points for Tyson Fury. We normalize that to the 10-point must system. 10-9 for round 7 in favor of Oleksandr Usyk. And if we look at the running score, I now have Usyk ahead by 1 round, 67-66. Judge at ringside Robles has it 67-66 as well after giving that round to Usyk. Judge Morley gave it also to Usyk, and he has Fury ahead 66-67. Judge Martinez gave that round to Usyk and has Usyk ahead 67-66. Round 8. Clean punching. Usyk had a jab to the body to begin the round, another one at 2:49, a straight left to the body at 2:37, jab to the body at 2:01, straight left to the body at 1:51, lots of body work to begin here, straight left to the body again at 1:33, a right hand and then 2 left uppercuts to the body at 1:23, a left uppercut to the head while being held at 1:22, a straight left to the body at 1:12, a jab to the body at 1:10, straight left to the body at 32 seconds on the clock, a jab to the head at 30 seconds, an overhand left to the body at 21 seconds, jab to the body at 16, and a left hook to the body in the clinch at 13 seconds remaining. Fury, on the other hand, had a straight right to the head at 2:41, jab to the head at 2:33, a left hook to the body at 1:51, right uppercut to the head while holding at 1:22, a left uppercut to the body while holding at 1:06, too much holding, right uppercut to the body while holding at 55 seconds. You could argue that holding punches aren't clean. I'm gonna award them because I don't know of a specific rule that says they're not. Jab to the chest at 32 seconds near the end of the round. Clean punching, 10-9 in favor of Oleksandr Usyk. Effective aggression. Usyk again effectively aggressive to start the round, then Fury slowly diffusing him with his own smoother aggression until about 2:40 on the clock. Then Usyk has his next burst of effective aggression, then a back and forth of effective aggression until 2 minutes. Usyk was getting the better of effective aggression until a clash of heads stopped the action for a moment at 1:37. Fury had the more effective aggression from about 1:37 to 32 seconds on the clock, and also stifled or evaded Usyk's aggression. The last 24 seconds belonged to Usyk, who showed that when they both attack at the same time, and there isn't crafty mauling from Fury, Usyk will be the one with more energy to perform more abrupt, forceful aggression. Technically, Fury had more time being effectively aggressive, but Usyk was the more shocking in his attack. I'm giving them both 10 points. So as we just said, effective aggression, 10 points for aggression and effectiveness to both fighters, Usyk and Fury. Ring generalship. Both men controlled action and tone for a lot of the round, and both men had their attempts to control action and tone stifled at times. Usyk landed more punches while implementing his tone, which was to forcefully get past Fury's arms and attack, but we already awarded him clean punches. Several of his attacks were also evaded by Fury's movement, grabbing, etc. The head clash threw him off his action and tone control for over a minute. Except the last 24 seconds where Fury seemed outgunned or overwhelmed trying to go toe-to-toe with the more energetic Usyk, Fury either initiated the action or reduced Usyk's energetic action more often than the other way around. Usyk put him in a position to have to react, but in this round, Fury was back to reacting effectively more often than being taken off his plan like he was in the last 24 seconds. Ring generalship. Ship, both controlling action and tone, I'm going to edge to Fury in this round. Let's talk defense. Usyk had blocks at 255, 254, 243, and 241 on the clock. He bobbed to the right to avoid punches at 228, then blocks again at 224, 215, 210, 203, 127, 125 on the clock. A duck at 123 to avoid a punch and initiate his own attack. The high guard as necessary is still being used, so it's not up all the time, but it's there when he needs it. A block at 56 seconds, a parry at 56 seconds, circling away from an uppercut at 47 seconds, a parry at 44 seconds, stepping back away from the action at 42 seconds, a block at 41, block at 37 off the high guard, bob left at 23 seconds on the clock, multiple ducks at 16 seconds, bobbing to avoid punches near the end of the round. So plenty of defense from Usyk in this round. Fury had a circle left to avoid a punch to begin the round, parry at 237, backward movement to make several punches miss at 226 on the clock, a bob back away from punches at 224, block at 213, bob to the right at 203 to avoid the counter shot from Usyk, circle away from a punch at 2 minutes, a step away from punches at 146, parry at 123, block at 110, a clinch at 106. Pretty inconsistent high guard though, but a bob to the left at 59 seconds, a block at 58. A lot of defense here from Fury. Block at 58 seconds, a duck at 56, a clinch at 54, parrying at 22, moving away from a punch at 18, another clinch at 15 seconds. This might start to become a pattern. A bob away from a punch at the end of the round. So in scoring defense for the high guard, I gave Usyk 9 points, 8 points for ducking, 9 for bobbing and weaving, 9 for parrying, 10 for blocking, 9 for footwork, and 0 for clinching. For Fury, I gave him 8 points for the high guard, 8 for ducking, 9 for bobbing and weaving, 9 for parrying, 9 for blocking, 10 for footwork, and 10 for the multiple defensive clinches. So overall, Fury had the better defensive round. That being said, if we take all 4 categories together, 9.309 points for Usyk, which is very good, but Fury outdid him 9.5 points. Normalizing that to the 10-point must system, 10-9 in favor of Tyson Fury for round 8. And if we look at the running score, I'm back to a draw, 76-76. Judge at ringside, Robles, who gave that round to Usyk, has it 77-75 in Usyk's favor. Judge at ringside, Morley, gave it also to Usyk. He has it 76-76 a draw. And Judge Martinez also gave that round to Usyk, and he has it 77-75 Usyk. So all 3 judges disagreed with me on that round. However, our total is very close to each other, which is actually surprising me quite a lot after I analyzed the Bivol Better BF fight, which did not turn out this way. Round 9. Clean punching. Usyk had a jab to the body to begin the round, another one at 254, a left to the body at 238, jab to the body at 202, straight left to the head between the guard at 158, jab to the body at 144, jab to the body at 141, jab to the head at 139, straight right and left to the body at 128, a jab to the head at 105, another one at 102 on the clock, a straight left to the body at 49 seconds, a straight left-right combo to the body at 44. He's starting to put them together. Straight right left to the body, straight right left to the body, right hook to the head combo at 20 seconds, a straight left to the body at 17 seconds, a straight left to the head at 13 seconds, and a straight right to the body at the end of the round. So Usyk mixing in a couple of good combos in that round. Fury, on the other hand, had a light jab to the head at 232, a left hook to the head in the clinch at 218, left and right uppercuts to the body under the blocking elbows of Usyk at 2 minutes, right to the chest at 152, right hook to the head in the clinch at 116, a straight right to the head at 52 seconds, and an uppercut to the body at 37 seconds. Clean punching, 10-8 in favor of Usyk. He landed many more punches in this round. Effective aggression. Usyk was the aggressor for more of the round and found success when the openings presented themselves. Usyk is spending time giving Fury dirty looks when he does questionable things like holding and hitting. He may be better served not showing that these things bother him. Fury's aggression happened mostly in his multiple clinches where he punched and maneuvered Usyk into diffusing his own aggression momentarily. Effective aggression, I'm giving both the aggressiveness and the effectiveness 10-9 in favor of Oleksandr Usyk. Ring generalship. Usyk landed many more punches by having to work hard to take them when he could get them during small openings in Fury's action and tone control. He was waiting for openings to attack several times when you could tell his whole plan was to attack, as opposed to Fury, who seemed equally comfortable both in offense and defense. Fury controlled the action and tone for almost the entire round through his blocking, movement, multiple clinches to break up the action, and his own punches. Ring generalship, I'm giving control of both action and tone to Fury 10-9. Let's talk defense, and there was a lot of it. Usyk bobbed left and had 2 bobs backward to avoid punches at 250, ducks at 240 and 239 respectively, bob left at 238, a bob at 231, block at 230 on the clock, bobs left at 225, 220, and 146, block at 144 on the clock, 2 parries at 138, 2 blocks at 129, blocks at 126, 125, and 117 on the clock, 2 blocks at 106, a block at 51 seconds on the clock, a circle right and a block at 23 seconds left on the clock, a block at 17 seconds, a duck at the end of the round, and a bob and duck left at the end of the round. Fury had a step back away from a punch to begin the round, step back and block at 240, clinch at 219, again at 208, again at 124, again at 117. Oh boy, here's a lot of clinching. Step back from punches. He stepped back from a punch at 224, bobbed back from a punch at 222, a duck at 219, a bob back from a punch at 145, a bob away from a punch at 105, a step back from a punch at 44 seconds, bobbing back from a punch at 34, and bobbing right at 32 seconds on the clock, bobbing his head out of the way at 16 seconds, and moving away from a punch to end the round. So as for defense, I gave 8 points to Usyk for the high guard, 9 points for ducking, 10 for bobbing and weaving, 8 for parrying, 10 for blocking, 9 for footwork, and 0 for clinching. Tyson Fury got 8 points for the high guard, 8 for ducking, 9 for bobbing and weaving, no points for parrying or blocking. I amazingly didn't see him block once. 9 points for footwork, 10 points for the immense use of defensive clinching. Taking all 4 categories together, 9.309 points for Usyk, 8.390 for Fury. That's a pretty wide margin, actually. 10-9 for Oleksandr Usyk in round 9. And looking at the running score, I now have Usyk back up 1 point, 86-85. Judge Robles also has him up 86-85, although he gave that round to Fury. Judge Morley gave that round to Usyk and has Usyk up 86-85. Judge Martinez also gave that round to Usyk and has him up 87-84, a wider margin. Round 10. Clean punching. A left hook to the head in the clinch at 214 by Usyk, answering a similar punch from Fury. That's how you do it. Take action instead of giving dirty looks. A straight right to the body at 159. Usyk took a while to land a clean punch in this round. A jab to the head at 149, a jab to the body at 133, a right hook, left hook combo at 133, jab to the head at 125, straight left to the head at 115, jab to the head at 113, a double left hook and right hook to the body in the clinch at 59 seconds, jab to the head at 52 seconds, jab to the head at 47 seconds, jab to the head at 33 seconds, and a straight right-left to the body combo at 18 seconds. Fury had a right uppercut to the head at 253, right hook to the body from the clinch at 216, a right hook to the body from the clinch at 158, a left uppercut to the body at 110, left hook to the chin in the clinch at 56 seconds, right uppercut to the body in the clinch at 55 seconds, so his clinching's becoming effective for him. Right hook to the body at 54 seconds, right uppercut to the head at 23 seconds. He put everything into that one, unlike most of the other punches he threw in this fight so far. Right uppercut to the head at 11 seconds to end the round. Clean punching, 10-9 in favor of Oleksandr Usyk. Effective aggression. Both fighters were effectively aggressive. Usyk's attacks were more dangerous for Fury than vice versa, and especially in the last minute, he forcefully punched around and threw the aggression that Fury was imposing and made Fury pay a couple of times for trying to punch with him. Fury was clinching a lot and leaning on Usyk a lot, in the second minute especially, to establish his aggression in addition to him trying to punch with conviction much more. Fury seemed to be consciously fighting back more than in previous rounds. That being said, effective aggression, I gave both aggression and effectiveness slightly to Usyk, 10-9. Ring generalship. Both fighters initiated effective action. Dangerous tone was set more by Usyk. They went back and forth for much of the round, then Usyk controlled much of that last minute with hard counters, making Fury pay for punching with him. So I think both controlled action in their own way, but Usyk controlled tone. Fury was trying to punch with Usyk energetically. He stopped the action via clinches and leaning on Usyk many times, even on holding tight so Usyk could not get loose. So you could argue that Usyk only started action while Fury stopped and started it, but Fury was certainly a victim of tone during the last minute instead of controlling it. So in scoring ring generalship, I gave both men 10 points for action and Usyk the advantage 10-9 for tone. Let's talk defense. Usyk had a block at 242 on the clock, a parry and duck at the same time at 235, a duck at 225, a bob left and block at 224, block at 220, another one at 218, a duck at 150, a block at 147 on the clock, bobbing away from a punch at 133, block at 115, ducks at 113 and 47 seconds on the clock, a bob back away from a punch at 45 seconds, duck at 34, a block at 19 seconds, stepping out of range near the end of the round to get away from a punch, and a duck near the end of the round to get away from another punch. Fury, on the other hand, had that half-high guard to start once again, meaning one hand out of the two using a high guard, a block at 249, a clinch at 218, a parry at 204, clinches again at 158 and 145, a parry at 135 and again at 128, another clinch at 123, stepping away from punches at 112, another clinch at 109, another clinch at 58 seconds, another clinch at 50 seconds, a block at 44 seconds, a clinch at 43 seconds, a clinch at 33 seconds. Wow, he's clinching a lot. Bobs to the left and right at the end of the round to avoid punches. So in scoring defense, Usyk gets 9 points for the high guard, 10 for ducking, 9 for bobbing and weaving, 8 for parrying, 10 for blocking, 9 for footwork, and 0 for clinching. Fury, on the other hand, gets 8 points for the high guard, 0 for ducking, 8 for bobbing and weaving, 9 for parrying, 8 for blocking, 8 for footwork, and 10 for all those defensive clinches that protected him. All in all, a slightly better defensive round for Usyk. If we take all 4 categories together, it's 9.571 points for Usyk to 8.774 for Fury, normalizing to a 10-point must system, 10-9 for round 10 in favor of Oleksandr Usyk. So if we now take a look at the running scoring, I have the fight 96-94 in favor of Usyk. Judge Robles gave that round to Usyk as well and has him also 96-94. Judge Morley also gave the round to Usyk and has the same score, 96-94 in favor of Usyk. And Judge Martinez also gave Usyk the round, and he has the fight 97-93 in favor of Usyk. Round 11. Clean punching. Usyk had a straight left to the body at 248, a jab to the body at 248, again at 236, 221, 217, and 208. He then had a straight left to the chest at 206, a jab to the body at 205, a left hook to the head at 204, a right hook, left hook combo to the body. Yes, 4 punches at 150, a straight left to the body at 147, a left uppercut to the head at 143, left hook straight left combo to the head at 134, right hook to the head at 117, straight left to the head also at 117 on the clock, a left to the head at 108, jab to the head at 57, a jab to the body at 55 seconds, left to the head at 46 seconds, a left hook to the body, right hook, left hook to the head combo at 41 seconds, jab to the head at 37 seconds, straight left to the head at 28, and a jab to the head near the end of the round with 14 seconds remaining. Lots of offense by Usyk in round 11. As for Fury, he had a jab to the head at 124 on the clock, took him a while to get going with clean punches, jab to the head at 114, a backhanded slap to the head at 113. I'm not going to count this because I'm not sure it's legal. Usyk doesn't like it either, apparently. A flicking right to the head at 101, a right uppercut to the head at 19 seconds, a right hook to the head near the end of the round. Wow, 29-5 clean punch advantage for Usyk in this round. And therefore, I need to give a clean punching score of 10-8 in favor of Oleksandr Usyk. Effective aggression. The gap in effective aggression was much larger in this round. Usyk's effective aggression consistency amazingly increased as the round went on. Powerful leads and counters moving Fury around the ring and outworking him substantially. Fury, on the other hand, his aggression decreased in this round, as you might expect from a heavyweight this late in the fight. Usyk is just extraordinary. Fury tried but wasn't as vigorous as in previous round, and Usyk made him pay a lot. Effective aggression, I'm giving both the aggressiveness and the effectiveness of that aggression to Usyk, 10-9. Ring generalship. Usyk was much more energetic and controlled the substantial majority of the action with his aggressive counter-punching tone and forward progress that moved Fury around the ring. Fury, on the other hand, took a very long time to start landing any clean punches, and it did not seem for lack of trying. His energy is slowly dissipating, and he's trying to contend with a more energetic Usyk, so many of his punches missed, or Usyk just went right through the attempts with a powerful attack of his own, making Fury's eyes light up from counter punches. He resorted to clinching, a rabbit punch, and a backhanded slap as tactics to try turning things around to no avail. So in terms of scoring ring generalship, both action and tone go to Usyk, 10-9. Let's talk defense. Usyk defended a lot. Ducks at 239 and 231 on the clock, a bob left at 228, a block at 223, a bob to the right away from punches at 218, blocking at 213, 211, and 209 on the clock, a duck at 209, another block at 159, a bob left to avoid punches at 155, block at 147, stepping away from punches at 134, 127, and 120, a duck at 118 on the clock, a bob to the right away from punches at 117, block at 113, duck at 58, block and a duck at 47 seconds on the clock, a duck and a bob both ways at 41 seconds, block at 35 seconds, a parry at 31, and a bob away from punches at 28 seconds remaining. Fury, on the other hand, had a weave left away from punches at 256, a parry of a punch at 239, step back away from punches at 227 and 223 on the clock, a bob off the one-arm high block at 204, a block and duck at 145, a block at 136, a block at 109, clinched at 103 on the clock, a block at 44 seconds, and a step back from punches at the end of the round. So Fury had a decent defensive round. Usyk was just otherworldly. I gave Usyk 9 points for the high guard, 10 for ducking, 10 for bobbing and weaving, 8 for parrying, 10 for blocking, 9 for footwork, and 0 for clinching. Fury gets 8 points for the high guard, 0 for ducking, 8 points for bobbing and weaving, 8 for parrying, 9 for blocking, 9 for footwork, and 8 points for the clinch. Taking the 4 categories together, it's 9.6 points for Usyk to 8.329 points for Fury. Normalizing that to the 10-point must system, it's a 10-9 round 11 in favor of Oleksandr Usyk. And if we look at the running score now, Usyk's starting to pull away. I have him ahead 106-103. Judge Robles gave that round to Usyk as well, has him also ahead 106-103. Judge Morley also gave the round to Usyk and also has him ahead 106-103. And Judge Martinez also gave Usyk the round and has him ahead slightly more, 107-102. Round 12. Clean punching. Usyk had a jab to the body at 251 to start the round, another one at 246, a jab to the head at 236, another one at 229, a left hook to the body in the clinch at 204, jab to the head at 146, left hook to the body in the clinch at 143, 103, jab to the body at 107, straight left to the head at 104, again at 1 minute and again at 59 seconds, a right hook to the body at 54 seconds, followed by a quick left uppercut to the head, a right hook to the head at 41 seconds, a left hook to the head in the clinch at 27 seconds, a right hook to the head from the clinch at 15 seconds, jab to the head near the end of the round, and a straight left to the head near the end of the round as well. Fury had a right hook to the body at 244 in the last round, a jab to the chest at 221, a left hook to the body at 151, a left hook to the body in the clinch at 143. He was really trying more so than in the 11th round, in my opinion. A jab to the chest through the guard at 118, another back slap to the face at 107. I don't know why the ref isn't stopping this or warning him. Jab to the head at 55. So many of Fury's punches are extending to the very extent of his reach, so it's sometimes hard to tell if they're connecting or just very close to Usyk's face. He did have a jab to the head at 32 seconds, a right uppercut to the body near the end of the round. Clean punching, overwhelmingly in favor of Oleksandr Usyk, 10 points to 8. Effective aggression. Usyk was much more aggressive in the first minute, turning Fury, making him retreat and keeping him from getting set to punch many of the times he tried. Usyk is punching with conviction. He's using his whole body to punch, a sign of aggression, and outdid Fury's aggression in the last 100 seconds of the round. As for Fury, 6 clinches. He threw an elbow while retreating in the first minute and couldn't get set to punch many of the times he tried because too much aggression was coming at him. His punches are generally less energetic than Usyk's. Fury turned it on in the second minute and was winning the effective aggression battle until he clinched at 144 and Usyk took back over. Fury is mostly arm punching, which is a lower energy, less aggressive approach than Usyk's full body punching. And therefore, effective aggression, both the aggressiveness and the effectiveness goes 10-9 in favor of Usyk. Ring generalship. Usyk definitely dictated the pace and tone. He initiated most of the action forcefully and had Fury momentarily retreating several times when he was clearly trying to get set to punch instead. Fury had good success in the first 16 seconds of round 2, but seemed like that was because he was pushing a pace that he wasn't comfortable maintaining and he slowed down after that. Fury was trying to land punches in this round, but he was mixing in bouts of punching with multiple clinches. The tone he was trying to set was to land solid punches and tire Usyk out in between. The problem is that Usyk keeps coming in this fight, even when he appears to be tired, so I need to edge this category to Usyk. And therefore, for ring generalship and control of both action and tone, Usyk gets 10 points to Fury's 9. Let's talk defense. So much defense from Usyk in this round. A parry at 231, a bob right at 239, stepping back from a punch at 236, using a one-handed high guard now, blocking off the high guard at 216, a bob at 215, a clinch at 205. This might be the first clinch that he's initiated in the whole fight. A block at 158, a bob left at 157, duck at 156, 2 blocks at 155, high guard block at 152, using the high guard much more this round, stepping away from 2 punches at 148, and again stepping away from a punch and a duck at 136, 2 blocks at 124, stepping back from a punch at 121, blocking at 115, stepping back and ducking at 111, a block at 108, a duck at 106, a block at 101 off the high guard, a block at 58 seconds, a weave left at 55, ducks at 53 and 34 seconds, a bob away from punches at 33 seconds, a duck at 31, a block at 29, a parry at 20, blocks at 19, 16 seconds, a duck at 13 seconds, 2 blocks within the last 10 seconds, then a duck, step back, and duck in the last 10 seconds to end the fight. So much defense to go along with Usyk's offense. Fury also had a lot of good defense. A block at 241, 2 bobs right and a duck at 227, step back from a punch at 220, a bob back from a punch at 214, clinches at 204, turn to the side at 201 to avoid a punch, a bob left at 157, clinch at 144, bob left at 131, step back from a punch at 122, bob back at 109, a bob right to avoid a punch at 108, a step back from a punch at 104 and 103, 2 bobs away from punches at 58 seconds, bob backward at 54 seconds, clinches at 50 seconds, blocks at 42 and 39 seconds, bob back away from a punch at 37 seconds, another clinch at 30 seconds, a duck at 15 seconds, another clinch at 15 seconds, a duck in the last 10 seconds of the fight, and to end the fight on a high note, another clinch to end the fight for Fury. So scoring defense for Usyk, I gave him 10 points for the high guard, ducking, bobbing and weaving, blocking, and footwork, 8 points for parrying, and 8 points for the clinch. Fury got 9 points for the high guard and for ducking, 10 points for bobbing and weaving, no points for parrying, and 9 points for blocking and footwork, and 10 points for all the defensive clinches. So overall, a better defensive round for Usyk. Taking all 4 categories together, 9.886 points for Usyk, nearly a perfect round to 8.5 for Fury, normalizing that to the 10-point must system. The final round, 10-9 in favor of Oleksandr Usyk. And now it's time to find out who really won. Oleksandr Usyk versus Tyson Fury 2. And the answer to that, after all of our in-depth analysis and computations, is Oleksandr Usyk is the winner of Usyk versus Fury 2, or Fury versus Usyk 2, however you want to say it. The winner score of Usyk versus Fury 2 is Oleksandr Usyk, 116-112. To my ultimate amazement, doing an in-depth analysis round by round of all of the criteria that actually matter, I came up with the same final score as all three judges at ringside. So taking a look at that, Judge Robles gave the last round to Usyk, so did Judge Morley. Judge Martinez gave the last round to Fury. All three of them ended up with 116-112, the same as my score. So it really begs the question, are these judges better than the judges in the Bivol versus Beterbiev fight, where my score was quite a bit off from theirs? Or is it easier to judge heavyweights because they're slower? Whatever the case may be, I don't think that Tyson Fury has ground to stand on about saying that he thinks he won this fight by 3 rounds, especially after we've watched it in slow motion and done all of the in-depth analysis. If you're a data nerd like me and you really love the round-by-round, blow-by-blow analysis of who landed what and who did what that actually counts for boxing scoring in every round of this fight, and you'd like to see more about it, I've done the same analysis on Artur Beterbiev's win over Dmitry Bivol. So if you'd like to watch that or learn more about the details of my scoring system, check either of those out at the top of your screen right here.